All right, guys, it is that famous time of the year, Bassmaster Classic week, and the Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing Bassmaster Open Pros are going to pick them today. And we're going to talk a little bit about, first off, last week, talking about the Harris chain where Buddy Gross actually came back and won that event. And let's just go ahead and say we had a very good group of guys between all of us. Just kind of recap real quick. I had 3 people in the top 10. Now, granted, my other 2 picks weren't the best in the world, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I had John Cox, Perosnik, Scott Martin, Drew Benton, Kyle Welcher. I did switch one. I pulled a Matt and switched one at the very end, but it actually.
And no one else is going to yell at you for that.
Oh no,
Castledine should be incensed.
Oh, I've lost it with all y'all changing stuff. That's just where we're going now. We're just gonna. Hey, so whatever I pick today, don't just be prepared. I'm just gonna pick random people today, and then I'm gonna switch it off.
Well, you always pick random people?
Yeah, but I'm gonna switch them now.
Matt, how did you end up?
I did about the same. I think that the only difference we really had was I had Schmidt, and I think you had Scott Martin.
Yeah.
Right, but I had 7th, 32nd, 6th, 12th, and then 80th with Welcher. So 1168 got me back on track.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all's Welcher pick absolutely killed my pick. Like that Welcher pick for y'all.
Oh yeah, you had Tacarante, didn't you?
Phenomenal compared to my pick. I mean, he did move up 2 places from 93rd to 91st.
Yeah, that hurts.
What is he doing? He lives in Orlando.
Did you pick Buddy Gross?
No. I had to say I had John Cox, Scott Martin, Greg Hackney, Prosnick.
That's not bad though. And
no,
how'd you end up?
I did the same thing. I had Welcher, but I did have John Cox and Scott Martin and Hackney. But Chris Johnston really surprised me. Didn't have a very strong event for him in Florida like he usually does.
I will say this. This will probably be the last time I don't pick Brian Schmidt when there's hydrilla involved in Florida. I'm an idiot. Don't get me wrong. Scott had a great tournament, made the top 10. Actually, should have been leading after day one if you watched Bass Live. Yeah. I mean, he had very many opportunities to be right up there. But hey, guys, let's talk Bassmaster Classic. The Classic is the mecca. They're going to a place they've been before. A lot of history there. Let's just go ahead and dive into Group A. Todd Castledine, who do you have?
Well, one, I'm looking at this and it's not showing my, which I don't care. Doesn't have the percentages on here for some reason. Well, so y'all know I don't ever pay attention, and I had like 3 guys. I'm like, I'm picking these 3 guys. No matter what. We're all 3 of them are in this field. I get the Patrick Walters deal. Everything tells me to pick Jason Christie. But golly, man, because I know what Jason's going to do. And we've all been there. And like everyone thinks, oh, it's Hartwell, live scope. It is on Hartwell, right?
Yeah.
Not even worth the response.
So everyone thinks it's this live scope thing, but man, we all know that like it's a back of a pocket deal too.
Yeah.
Like, and if whoever goes and finds him in the back of one of those deals, like goes and hunts for him, could do it. And that's a Hackney or Christie, in my opinion. I'm gonna go Christie. I think Christie's gonna go do it and live and die by it.
Hallman, who you got?
I got Patrick Walters.
See, you're saying live scope wins this one.
Well, I'm saying that or South Carolina or local or whatever you want to call them, and all the combinations together. Yeah.
I went Jason Christie as well. He's had a win at Hartwell before, way back. But also almost won and led the Classic all the way until the last time they were there. Led a couple Classics now, so I think he's due. I think that is his unfinished business and his express commercials. So I'm hoping that he comes out and has some unfinished business. Pangrac, who you got?
This is a no-brainer, guys. Here's the difference. fantasy fishing, regular season, you got to play the percentages. It's a long haul game. You got to play fantasy fishing in the Classic like the anglers are fishing the Bassmaster Classic. No holes barred. Don't worry about the points taken to different things into account. 1, boat traffic. All these local guys are going to have a ton of people on them. 2, the blueback herring and how that plays into it. 3, the pressure, the emotional pressure. All those guys that you guys named have one of those 3 factors that's going to be working against them. You know who doesn't? Jacob Porosnik. 2 top 5s the last 2 times they've been there. This thing is high. The water's in the 50s. Jordan Lee won this thing last time on a wacky worm. He's good with the wacky worm around the docks. He understands the blueback herring. He just won on Smith Lake. He's not going to have a lot of boat traffic follow him with all the favorites in this event. I'd be shocked if he doesn't have a top 5 this tournament.
No, I agree with you there. That was the 2 I was struggling between was Christie and Prosnick. When it comes to picking here, I'm picking who I think truly will go win the Classic or who has a shot, who knows how to win. Not saying Prosnick doesn't know how to win, because obviously he won the Open, he's won other events, big events. When I laid him out, I was like, who's due? And Christie is so super due when it comes to the Classic, as close as he's been. It kind of reminds me of the Hank Cherry thing when he got second at Grand and then came back and won 2. I wouldn't be shocked if this isn't Christie's big start. So let's go Group B. Hallman, how about you lead us off there?
I've got a Swindle because a lot of reasons, but he's got a lot of experience there, just like everybody's been there many times. He's also been to the Classic many times. And this older group of guys that came back from MLF, they came back for one main reason for sure, not just sure other things, but the Bassmaster Classic and the opportunity to win it is definitely why they came back. So that group of guys is going to be all in on this tournament.
Yep. Pangrac, who you got Group B?
Zaldain's going to be throwing whatever they rename the swim bait.
The mag draft.
The Guggen, whatever the Guggen version of the mag draft is, that thing's going to be locked in his hand. If he gets 5 to eat it, he's going to be up there.
Yeah, no doubt. I went John Cox. Cox has a very long track record at Hartwell, and if the water is high, that means he can slip into places that people aren't wanting to fish. And just about every single time I've fished against him there and the water's been cold, he's kicked everybody's butt. So I expect him to do just as good. Todd, what you got?
Taku Itu.
Okie dokie.
There you go.
I like it. Group C.
Matt,
who you got?
I got Scott.
You went Scott, huh?
I went Scott.
I went Scott as well. He has a huge track record there. He knows how to catch them there. He's not afraid to go up and fish shallow and then also use his live scope to find them offshore. So he definitely will do pretty well there. Todd, who you got?
Man, why? I should never pick this guy. I picked him a couple times last year, and he kills it for me every time. But he is like the worst guy to ever pick, and that's Steve Kennedy. I don't think I can do it. That's just such a scary pick. But he kind of just goes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's like me. I don't even think he practices.
He shows up and roll. He doesn't practice.
I practice for events. I just don't practice for this stuff. Golly, Scott's hard to not pick. Like, that's just, I got to pick Scott.
Who you got, Hallman?
What group are we in? Group C?
Yep.
I got Scott with the rest of you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
It's just too much experience. He's good with all elements of live scope, and he's good all the way around. Been there quite a few times too.
Group D, I'll lead it off. I like this group. There's a handful of guys in this group that are really good, but I went Brian New just for the fact of the Carolinas experience, and he's just a good fisherman, man. He's gonna show up for the big events. I think he's gonna show up for this one too. Todd, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty mad that I haven't picked my buddy Mullins all year long, and he's leading Angler of the Year right now. I don't know if this really sets up for him. Of course, a lot like Florida. How does Florida set up for freaking a deep dive and cranker guy? And he goes out there and crushes it. But I'm with you. I think the Brian New deal is just sometimes when I don't ever know what to do, that's when I pick Brian New.
Yeah.
Because I just know, like you said, I think he'll be fine.
Who you got, Hallman?
Brand new, just like the rest, probably.
Yep. What about you, Panger? Oh,
I haven't decided yet.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I've got this is a gut pick. This is a classic pick. Sometimes you got to have a set and go out on the classic to win it. And something just tells me Matt Robertson is a gamer. He's a gamer on this type of stuff. And I think this is a classic that is going to be won by someone where you're like, holy cow, he won the class. I think it's like a Polinick thing, a swindle thing, one of these crazy. And I think Robertson would fall under that category. He's done well at Neely Henry with spotted bass. He's done okay at Hartwell before. He's not afraid of those kind of multiple species. But I mean, don't send me hate mail if I go with either Brian New, David Mullins, or Nick LeBrun. Nick LeBrun's a good pick in this group, guys. That guy knows how to catch him. He's thorough. He's solid. He's good up shallow. I mean, I don't know. I haven't decided on bucket D, but right now I got Matt Robertson. I might just stay with him.
I'd feel better about the LeBrun pick had it been in the fall with a whopper plopper in his hands. But
no doubt there.
But no, I don't know. I think all three would be really good too. Group E, this is where Todd gets to just steal the show. Let's see who you got.
Dude, this has been looking at this list is my favorite one, actually, by far. I'm picking this guy. I remember standing in line with him in a open at Amstead, and he caught him sight fishing. We were both, I think I was catching him sight fishing. Joey Nanya.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick him. Like he's turned himself into a pretty good little fisherman. I think he's fished in a lot of events. I'm sure no one really knows, but like, yeah, I'm gonna pick Joey.
Who you got, Hallman?
I'm going with that dark horse. I don't know that he'll win the tournament, but I look for him to have a good one. I'm going to go with Jared Miller from Norman, Oklahoma.
Yep, I figured you were going.
Big
Jared
surprise.
Got to go Homer.
You Homer.
Freaking cow.
Now, Matt's one of his very best buddies in life, but he's just talking about how somebody out there is going to, it's a classic. You got to go for it. Let's see you step up to the plate, big boy.
Yeah. Well, who you got, Matt? Go ahead and show us.
I'm going with the guy who hasn't finished below 100th in 20 consecutive Bassmaster Opens and who has a 40% top 30 rate, which is Joey Nania.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a great value pick. I mean, the guy's not going to be scared. I had him on Bass Talk Live, and at the end, I was like, this guy's got his stuff together. Now, I'm not saying Miller doesn't. It would surprise me if Miller wins, but I also know Miller's rolling the dice.
Hey, and by the way, I don't ever want to hear y'all talk about me going last and I steal all your picks. I mean, that's my dark horse, and Matt just copied me. I just want to let everyone know Matt copied.
I had him on the list.
Yeah, I had him on the list as well. Joey's the easy pick here. He's actually a deep water spotted bass like maniac. Like, guy understands it, and if anybody's gonna go figure it out there, it is going to be him. No questions asked.
How high is the water?
That's a good question.
It's full pool.
It's full.
Full pool.
Yep.
I'm changing. I'm jumping from Miller.
Oh, you're jumping from Miller?
Yeah, I'm going from Miller. No one's picked him. I'm taking him.
Oliver Vet.
Justin Hamner.
Oh yeah,
I don't like that. Yeah,
that's an easy one too, in my opinion.
He's from that type of waterway. I mean, it's over there in Alabama, but he's over there on Lewis Smith with spotted bass and freaking bluebacks and all that. So Hamner. And
that's an easy one too, I think. That's it.
I like changing like you guys change. I'm gonna start doing this all the time. I'll just change constantly.
Oh heck yeah. All right. Well, this is one of my favorite parts of the show.
I hate it.
Weights. What is the 3-day winning weight? Todd, you're first.
Why? You always make me go first on these. And it's I've done no research, and I'm pretty proud of myself because I get really close.
All right, what you got?
I gotta calculate it up for. It's 3 days.
It's 3 days.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. 49.3.
Okay. What you got, Hallman?
48.6.
Dang, that's pretty good with that.
What you got, Panger?
49.11.
I got 50 pounds, 11 ounces.
Dude, y'all do research. I do none. I just randomly make stuff up.
All right. This
Pretty
is we always do this for the classic, just for the fact of it being the classic. Who wins the classic? I mean, we have all these people we picked. Who wins it?
Hackney.
So you think Hackney wins, huh? But
Matt? That's what I'm pulling for.
I think Porosnik wins.
You think Porosnik wins? Hallman?
That's in your group A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Patrick Walters. Patrick Walters is not going. I'm changing again. Group A. Brandon Cobb for the win, and Brandon Cobb in my group A.
Oh, you're changing him in your group A too?
Yeah. Brandon Cobb.
You're
a
wild
47th
man.
the last time it was on Hartwell.
Not this time. You told me the same thing about my pick last week about Scott Martin, that he hadn't made a top 10 in
That is
Florida
true.
at Harris Chain in his entire career. And I said, well, this is going to be the week. And it
I
happened.
don't know if our
Touche.
Scott Martin pick's that good.
Brandon
No,
Cobb
that's
for
a
the
good
win.
pick. That Scott pick's a good pick.
Hey, what did you say Cobb finished last there? Like, what did you say?
47th or something?
That's perfect. That's perfect. That means that this time it's coming around. Dude, that guy's a hammer there.
Yeah, I say Christie gets his classic win.
Ooh, that's strong.
Yeah, I think he gets
is this Scott's second? No, this is his first.
God,
classic.
he could win it just being his first classic.
I think he could bike. I hope he doesn't bomb it, dude.
It just depends which Scott shows up.
Dude,
Mentally,
See, I only know the Scott that like performs every single time. I don't know the. Listen to this though. Listen to his championship finishes: 5th, 19th, 8th, 12th, 5th, 9th, 4th, 1st, 12th, 2nd, 8th. I mean, like with the guys fishing for the hardware, and everyone like he comes through.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's a championship kind of guy. He might win it. I'm still picking Christie though. I have to believe that Christie he's finally had enough of these second place finishes that he's going to win one. So
Christie's going to do good. I think
full pool it wasn't even full pool when we were there that fall, was it?
No,
I mean, there was water in those trees. You remember, Todd? I mean, bushes and stuff like barely. If you brought it up a couple more feet, whew.
I know.
And did you see it's going to be warm? I mean, the water's in that 50s.
Yeah,
dude,
it's warming.
I think Christie's like
Christie and Hackney may both just go off in this event.
Yeah,
I don't know. The weather's going to be warm and nice.
Dude,
that's what kills those drain bites, like where they get out there like that. Casey Ashley throwing the fish head spin or Porosnik, that really kills that bite. It's here one day and then just completely gone for the rest of the year.
And we know like Christie's going to take that express boat and he's going, not that it would matter, he's going to spend 3 days running every creek on that like back into that deal.
What's funny is he'll do that and then he's going to fish 1 or 2 creeks.
Yeah, but he'll.
Is this not where Alton Jones won with that big jig out deep?
Yeah, but
it was really cold and it was in like 45 foot on a drain.
Yeah.
What other classics have we had there? We've had another one.
Casey Ashley won on a fish head spin down there by Party Island, and then also was throwing a jig and a shaky head in some deep isolated brush, running the guts on the blueback first thing in the morning. Alton did that, and then Jordan Lee won on fish piles, and then when they slid up underneath the docks pre-spawn on the last day, caught him on a wacky rig stinko.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's but that's part of the reason I picked John Cox is when that warming trend happens, that guy just goes off typically.
The Porosnik thing makes a lot of sense, but there's a lot of I wouldn't say easy. Year it was someone different and something like it. I bet you that something like someone in the top 3 is going to be doing something completely different and have a chance to win this thing. And we're like, one more pattern to throw in there.
Hey, and then how is it possible that we've got a guy looking to three-peat in the Bassmaster Classic from the Carolinas, and none of us are like, hey guys, like, Hank Cherry's won this twice before.
Yeah.
And it's on Hartwell, and he's from North Carolina and likes to throw a jerkbait.
Yeah. No, I agree. I actually looked at him as well. It's just, man, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to set up for the live scope kind of guys, but I've been wrong a whole lot. So I wouldn't trust my picks whatsoever.
Yeah, because the live scope really hasn't dominated this year in many tournaments.
Other than yeah. Yeah. But one thing is for sure is when they pull up to spawn, it definitely curbs the live scope trend. There's no question about it. So I look, if that water continues to warm, those fish are going to get to a place where you are not going to be live scoping them. You're going to have to actually fish for them. So I'm hoping so, at least. I can promise you 95% sure is Jason Christie will not be live scoping these fish at Hartwell.
Ooh.
God, I hope he does now.
95. Now I'm giving 5% because he's really good with it. And I'm not saying he's not, but if he's doing what I would know that he would typically be doing, throwing a bladed jig, a spinner bait, or
go back in the back.
Yeah. So, but guys, that's a wrap for our fantasy show for the Bassmaster Classic. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you go follow Todd, Hallman, and Pangrac on their social channels and YouTube channels. They're always putting out some of the very best content that you can have. And we'll see you at the Bassmaster Classic. I know Hallman's going to be there. Panger, are you going to be there?
I'll be there.
Yep. And Todd and I will not be there. We're going to be fishing a tournament on Saturday. So, guys, y'all have fun, and we will see y'all at the next one.